You can see behind me there are still lots of flowers and crosses out here marking the spot where last year's deadly crash took place. Now, according to the affidavit, the driver, Ciara Matthews, was speeding when she lost control of the car. The affidavit says that the car actually slid sideways, left the roadway, and then rolled, and then its roof actually collided with a tree right here. 3 Charles Page High School students lost their lives in a single-vehicle car crash back on September 15th of last year. According to police, 17-year-old Ethan Gibson, 16-year-old Kira Sainer, and 16-year-old Kylie Weaver were in the back seat of a car driven by Ciara Matthews, who was 16 at the time. She and her front seat passenger, Logan Childers, survived their injuries. Now Matthews, who was behind the wheel, has been charged with 3 counts of first-degree manslaughter and driving under the influence of drugs. Sand Springs Deputy Police Chief Todd Ensbrenner says Matthews has not been arrested yet, but arrangements are being made to turn herself in. According to the affidavit at the hospital, a sergeant with the Sand Springs Police Department observed the accused become combative with ER staff and overheard the accused state she had used marijuana earlier that day. According to the affidavit, the ER staff retrieved 5 tobacco smoking vapes, 1 THC pen that later tested positive for marijuana, and a black medical marijuana container with a strong odor of marijuana. The sergeant collected the items and placed them into evidence. A blood draw from Matthews returned positive for THC. Surveillance video from Lakeside Church recorded a maroon-colored passenger vehicle traveling eastbound at what appeared to be a high rate of speed. The affidavit states that the vehicle was exceeding the speed limit enough to be a careless or wanton manner without regard for the safety of persons or property. Now, the deputy police chief here in Sand Springs says he expects that young woman to turn herself in after the holiday. We did try to reach out to family members of the victims to get their reaction to this newest development, that the 17-year-old who was driving that car now faces 3 counts of manslaughter and driving under the influence of drugs. I was able to get a hold of the father of Kira Sainer. He did not want to do an interview with us, but he did tell me it's not going to bring my daughter back. In Sand Springs, covering news that matters, I'm Amy Hybels, Fox 23 News.